Hello everyone, it's Susan from Worldpeacefull, and I've actually had a very inspiring day, pretty much from woe to go. It's really interesting when you have love as your intention in this world. Amazing things happen and you meet a lot of amazing people. And I have people come up to me and talk to me like we're old friends, and that's what the power of love can do. So I felt inspired to talk to you tonight, but before I start, I just want to actually meditate first. And I just let universe, life, inspiration move my words. I've been a poet for a long time, so that's not hard for me to do. But I believe it's our true nature, all of us, when we stop thinking and just let truth find its own way. So let's start with a meditation. This is beautiful music a friend of mine created. So this is a good place to start. I just want to start by saying it's a beautiful life. It's not what you think it is. It's far, far greater than you can even imagine. I had some conversations tonight about that very subject. I'm very keen to share with people that when I travelled the world alone, I met nothing but friends on my trip, and I saw the true beauty of humanity. Having been a clown in my life, and I still am, I'm just undercover right now. It's hilarious. I know how beautiful everyone is. I really do. I've had the joy of meeting many people. All walks of life, all cultures. Some speak English, some don't. Doesn't really matter. But this energy of love is probably my topic tonight, because I've felt it so strongly with me today, and it changes what I see immediately. Now, there will be people who will say that, oh, when you look at it through the eyes of love, it's rose-coloured glasses. It's not. Believe me when I say to you, it is the real world. It's not the fearful, frightening place that you think it is. And I can understand why you would believe that it could be this way, because you've watched the media. If you turn the media off like I do, I mean, I used to watch it a lot and I used to analyse it, but now I turn it off because I don't resonate with the messages anymore. I know that they are selected. I've been a market analyst in my life, so I know what random sampling of a community is and getting a representative sample of viewpoints. And the media is not doing that. These are choice cuts. These are deliberate decisions that have been made to present information in such a way which, on balance, is creating fear in our society. It's not for our highest good. I'm always amazed now when I particularly tap back into the media just how violent it is. And I get amazed that people talk about murders on radio. They talk about all these terrible things, and it's like, that's not the world I'm living in. I live in a world of terrific people, and nothing negative ever happens. Now, there is a truth that I wish to convey to you, and I actually shared it with a friend who reflected it to me. She'd been a domestic violence survivor, and she'd been in the domestic violence situation from childhood right through her marriage, and then she emerged out of it claiming her own power. She's now a public speaker. She's quite high profile. But what she said to me was, had she met her husband now, when she's so full of self-esteem, she said, we would have just passed like this, like ships in the night, never have met each other. Like attracts is the point she's making. I'm just going to turn this down because I'm noticing it's a bit loud. Let's turn on. I'll put the music down. Ding, 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 ding. So, her point was that because she found her self-worth and she found her self-love, she will never have met that abuser again. So what she was really conveying to me was what I know, which is it's all energetic. We've all been trained to believe what you see is what is, but in truth, scientifically speaking, the whole universe is energy. Now, when we see a physical object, it's just the coalescing of energy, atoms, to manifest as a particular shape, which is governed by DNA. So it's a coded shape, and that shape can be human, animal, whatever. This energy permeates the universe. It's all around us. It's generated out from the sun. It flows through all things. So what this is really saying is, as we change energetically, which means the way we think, because our thinking pattern is what's creating the energy that we project out into the world. And it's, believe me, it's very powerful. Even tonight I was on a tram coming back from an event. I went to an AGM tonight. And this young man, he was Asian. He was just sort of, standing there. And I had a smile on my face, apparently. I didn't know, but I was sitting there very smiley, very happy. And I feel very happy. And he at first wasn't smiling. And then I noticed he was smiling. And I thought, oh, isn't that nice? He's smiling, And I thought, how beautiful he looks when he smiles. And I thought, wouldn't it be lovely if everybody just smiled like this on the tram or the train or the bus, whatever. And so there he is, smiling away. So I was seated and got chatting with an Indian woman in front of me. And she ended up leaving, and then I sort of had a few words with another woman who was leaving, who had great hair, colourful hair. I often talk to people. And then he sat down, in front of me, and we clicked as soon as he sat down. And I said, I noticed you smiling. And he goes, I was smiling because you were smiling. He said, you were emanating a light. And I was thinking, really? And he goes, yeah, and it made me smile. And he said, I just started smiling. And when I looked at him, I thought he was just listening to music, but he wasn't. He was mirroring me. And he says, you don't realise, how you affected me. I went, oh, I didn't actually. But I said, that's really, really nice to know, and I'm really happy. I said, because I think if all of us, drop the seriousness, which looks like it's, everyone's a bit fearful, and if we actually just, engage one another, talk, you may be surprised who you're going to meet. And I always think you're in danger of finding a friend. I don't actually believe in fearful people. And funnily enough, it was funny because I saw these drunk guys on the tram as well. They were up ahead, and I noticed them checking me out a few times. And I was sitting down. I actually had my back to them, and I was a fair way away. Anyway, someone must have left out. Oh no, they came over. That's right, and they wanted to sit down. He's actually making a gesture for me to move my backpack so he can sit down. This drunk guy's young. he well and truly is half my age. No, he's even younger than half my age. But he was sitting there with his beer and his friend, and I just laughed at them, and I said, oh, yeah, sit down, that's cool. I said, you're getting drunk on the tram, are you? And they just laughed at me, and he said, oh, we're having a good time, we're going to have a good time. And I said, no, that's good. It's good to be happy in life. And I said, can you be happy without the beer, do you think? And they sort of laughed, and, we just sort of had a really, really fantastic conversation with these two guys. And I think the Asian guy was a little nervous, but I wasn't. And the guy said to me, he goes, where do you live? And I told him where I lived. And he goes, how are you getting there? And I said, I'm driving. He goes, oh, I can come with you. I said, I'm not taking a drunk guy home. Dream on, baby. But he was great, and he had a positive mind, and he was incredibly harmless. But it was just very, very interesting. I had many people magnetised towards me, and even getting off the tram, this girl started chatting with me as I'm walking. And she said, "Oh, I nearly lost all my money tonight and cards." And she'd left her purse for half an hour on the steps of some place in the city. And she said, "Oh, my God, I was so worried because I'm from overseas and I'd have to get it all replaced." And apparently, I don't know how this worked, but she was able to ring someone and they went and got her purse, which was still sitting there half an hour later. I love Australia. No one ripped it off. But yeah, she and I were just chatting away and having a good old chat, and walked across the road together. And there was that real sense of community, that real sense of we're each other's, literally brothers and sisters. When you look at people in this way and you don't look at them suspiciously, like, "Oh, what does he want?" If you just play with them, it's the safest thing you can do is play with people, because it breaks down all barriers. It was an amazing night. I had a really, really beautiful time. And in fact, when I came home, I thought I must do a video talking about this. Now, I want inspiration to move my own narrative here, because we don't have to think it all through. Our true nature is very, very, very beautiful. And when we come into this true nature, which is loving, compassionate, playful, fun, peaceful, which is my clown name. When we become that, we emanate an energy. And I'm pretty sure tonight people were feeling this energy, because I was in a very heightened state of joy as well. And people can feel that I'm safe to be with and that I'm happy to talk to them. And I am. I'm extremely happy to talk to anybody, because I think everybody's doing the best they can. I've had, a beautiful Indigenous man. Many years ago, I remember him sitting next to me on a bus, and people would have run away from him, but I didn't. He had a few drinks, but we had a beautiful conversation and parted with a really nice vibe between us. And that's really my true nature, and it's really yours as well. If we can just drop the fear and just give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, if you have a bad feeling about someone, like it's a really genuine, intuitive vibe, by all means, move away. That's okay. But try not to think ill of them. Don't think negatively of them. You don't know where they've come from, and you don't know what they're dealing with. And one thing I can absolutely say to you for 100%, if somebody's negative, aggressive, horrible, whatever, it's not them. It's the beliefs that they're choosing to believe in that moment. That's like a cloud that's, in a sense, covering their face. But beneath that negativity is absolutely a beautiful person. And if you look at all children, every adult's been a child. They're all lovely. They're all different. They're truly, truly remarkable. And so therefore, for me, I think everybody is really, really wonderful. As a clown, I can see it even more, because when I'm clowning, they laugh at me and they smile, and I get to look right into them. And I do see the beauty. And I'll tell you, it's breathtaking. When you see a community of people all around you smiling, oh my God, this is the real world. And then I look at our world that we've created. There's so much fear, and everyone's on their phones. They're all sort of going, "Oh, look at my phone." They won't look each other in the eye. Really look. And I do. When I sit on the tram, I'm actually looking around, noticing, smiling. I'm not sitting there. I absolutely refuse to jump on my phone unless I have to for some reason, but for the most part I won't, because I want to connect and I want to look around my streets. I want to see what's going on out in the world. I don't want to tune out. I want to tune in, because that's when I'm living fully in the moment, and that is to live your life to the highest potential. When you escape it, you're going to miss out on all the beauty that's all around you because you're sitting in a world of your own making, which is a cyber world, and it's not real. It might be attractive, it might be colourful, it might even be funny, but it's not live. It is a cyber world, and it's being beamed to you. Just as my video is being beamed to you, I'd rather come sit and have a coffee with me. But I want to reach a lot of people, so this is the way of it. Everybody's doing it now. But I want to remind people that the real world is far, far more beautiful than you can even believe. But it's you that has to change. It's not the world. Now, at first, it's going to feel a bit uncomfortable because you might smile at people and they might not smile back. I've actually got beyond that. I can smile at people and not feel anything if they don't smile back. It doesn't worry me because I'm just so happy anyway. You know, it's like I just find everything funny. No matter who I look at, I can see something amusing there. So I'll conclude this video because I'm going to read a poem in my next video just by saying that your happy destiny is unavoidable. What you see in your world is a reflection of yourself, and what that means is that the thoughts that you're believing, you're projecting onto a world, and you're saying it's not safe. It is safe. If in the case someone isn't safe, you're going to feel it intuitively and you just move away. You don't judge them, you just move away because you're not in their shoes, you don't know what their life's like. But what I can say to everybody who's listening and watching this is that we all come from the same source. At the very essence of every human being is love. They may be caught up in their unconscious thinking and their belief systems based on their culture and education, but it doesn't mean that's who they are. It's just what they believe right now. The world's going through a great transition and it is going to change massively. Many people are seeking to sustain the natural world, but I can say to you that we're going to have to shift in a massive way in order to create the true sustainability with nature, which is functional, adaptable, and sustainable. But the truth is, with human beings, we have to reconnect to what's our true nature, which is these positive virtues I've mentioned. Because when we're in a positive state of mind, we're not so needy and we're not materialistic, we're just in a state of joy. And that means we're in harmony with life. And you come into the space with the trust of life too. You don't feel frightened of it. You know that whatever is turning up is what you want because you're living in the moment. You're not living in the future or the past, you're living right now, which means you're in complete peace because there's nothing to fear in this moment. So I think that's why perhaps people were seeing me as shining tonight, and many people were talking to me because they could feel the energy. And I know that energy is a universal energy and it connects through everyone. It's just that I'm allowing it to show. I have no intention of shutting it down. So I'll leave you with this thought. Your happy destiny is unavoidable. Do not believe what you read in the papers. Do not fall into fear. The world is a great place. And even the political scenarios that we're seeing around the world, don't worry about it. You just focus on your own life and make peace with who you are. That's the greatest revolution we can ever have on the planet, is you making peace with you. Because when you do, the whole world will change because we are one with the entire planet. We just don't know it yet. With that, what's love? Have fun, and I'll